So it's been a few days since the Nintendo Switch 2 launched, and I think I should talk about it because, well, the system is... I don't know what it is. It seems every launch cycle for the Nintendo systems, we have this really strange, fervent Nintendo fan base that goes absolutely rabid for the power potential of the new consoles. It basically started with Wii. The fan base became absolutely rabid once the Wii U was announced because they were expecting the Wii U to be comparable to the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, which of course the Wii was never really capable of. The Wii itself being basically an enhanced PlayStation 2, enhanced GameCube. Some people actually say that the GameCube was doing things that the Wii couldn't, which doesn't make any sense. If the Wii couldn't run some of the graphical effects of the GameCube, how did it run GameCube games? The Wii was backward compatible with the GameCube. Obviously, everything that the Wii does, the GameCube does, the Wii has to be able to do. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to run GameCube games. It wouldn't make any sense. But then you have the Wii itself, the Wii being further behind than the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Right back in 2006, when the Wii launched, there was not a single game that could be comparable. You had the rendering resolution, couldn't even attain HD. And a number of games on the Switch did run at 60 FPS, so there was that. And you couldn't really complain too much about the performance, or at least a lot of gamers wouldn't complain about the performance of the Wii. But the games obviously were way behind graphically, resolution, any visual features. If you were to put all the Wii's compute performance towards, any visual feature like screen space reflections and stuff like that, it would have been difficult for the Wii. I don't even know how much RAM the Wii had, or what its throughput is, or any of that stuff, what its memory bandwidth is. I really don't know. But it was very clear, and no one has made any examples that showcase the Wii as being PS3 or Xbox 360. But this is where that idea came from. The Nintendo fans, some of the most fervent Nintendo fans, started to promote ideas that the Wii is actually no less powerful. Like, this is a super duper minority, but some of these people were putting out on the internet that the Wii is no less powerful than the PS3. Not a single bit less powerful. That anything you could see the PS3 doing, the Wii U could do in the exact same games. This was a very, 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 very small minority of people at that time. But that crowd exploded with the release of the Wii U. And even when Digital Foundry showcased numerous comparisons, Watch Dogs, Need for Speed, Batman Arkham Knight, all these games, none of which performed as well as they did on the PS3 or Xbox 360. And Nintendo fans still said for a long time that the Wii U was more powerful. It was the bridge between, it was going to be a next-gen console. It's more powerful than the PS3 and the Xbox 360 because it released in 2012. And then, of course, the Switch came out, and the same thing was being said. It's more powerful than a PS4 and all that sort of stuff. And then they moved on. Well, that kept happening. Once Doom 2016 came out for the Switch, and I can't remember when that came out, but it came out years after the Switch launched, 2 or 3. Possibly even longer. I mean, the Switch has been around for a long time. If you were 8 when the Switch came out, or let's say you were 10 when the Switch came out, you're already an adult now. You're not a kid anymore. You're an adult. And you're buying the Switch 2 with your own hard-earned money, right? Hopefully. And a lot of people are saying it's more powerful than the PS4 Pro. It's more powerful than the Xbox Series S. It's basically a portable PS5. This is all over the place. And it's why? All the comparisons so far are showcasing that the Nintendo Switch 2 is basically a pocket, well, it's not even really pocket size, but it's a portable PS4. Not a PS4 Pro, a portable PS4. Hogwarts Legacy, Fortnite, Cyberpunk 2077. These 3 games have already been compared by numerous people, but some of the best comparisons are by Analista de Bits. The whole thing is, this individual or that channel, I don't know how many people edit and make all the content for that channel, but they're regularly putting out content. And that content is showcasing in 4K at 60 FPS on YouTube, PS4 Pro, Xbox Series S, and PS5 compared against the newly released Nintendo Switch 2. And what are we seeing? We are seeing that the Nintendo Switch 2 doesn't have the same geometry quality, draw distances, SSR quality, and performance. Oh, and the resolution is much lower. But DLSS is actually making up for a lot of that, right? Like Hogwarts Legacy still looks a little bit blurrier. Even with DLSS, you'd assume that upscaling from 720p to 1080p wouldn't like produce such a strange result. But Hogwarts Legacy does appear to be slightly blurrier than PS4 Pro's native 1080p. As far as performance is concerned, the Switch 2 seems to be, at least if we assume that all the performance metrics are totally, 100%, then the Switch 2 is just locked at 30 FPS, right? Digital Foundry is basically the best known for all of that sort of stuff. They claim to be the most well configured, I guess, like their tools are the most well configured for analyzing 60 FPS lossless video and giving us an accurate, hopefully, frame rate. And based on that, right, just based on, because Digital Foundry hasn't, they've looked at the trailer for Hogwarts Legacy, but they didn't actually look at the game yet. So El Analista de Bits did that, and we see that it's just the PS4 version. It doesn't even come up to the PS4 Pro. It is firmly behind the PS4 Pro. When characters are running around the castle, they go outside where they leave this, I don't know what you call it, but it's a place where there's a fountain, right? But it's all walled in and you have a gate. They go through that area and you see more bushes and stuff pop in much sooner on the PS4 Pro side of things than they do on the Nintendo Switch 2. And it's like a battery of these things popping in all at the same time when you cross a certain threshold. That threshold is nearer to the actual fountain area than it is on the Nintendo Switch 2. You have to make it more into the ravine, and then those elements will pop up. It's such a weird thing. You can look at the video. I'll provide a link for it, but possibly in the pinned description. I don't know. YouTube is so crazy with censorship on my account. I can't even talk about just console-related stuff. It's like, oh, console performance. Let me leave a pinned comment. It might get censored. So the Switch version just basically doesn't really hold up well next to the PS4 Pro. But it's small things. The image is slightly blurrier, well docked, mind you. This is all well docked. You can't record. Nobody found a way. Like right now, the Switch hacking scene is stuck on just the very basic stuff. But what pisses me off is that I can't link a completely innocuous video game comparison because it's a link. And my goodness, like, who knows? It's like it's a link to a YouTube video for one YouTube, So, I mean, if I'm linking to a YouTube video and you can't check the content of the link, but then you're gonna ban it immediately, I don't really know what to tell you. Like, what the, shouldn't you? If you think that link is bad, check it. Oh, it's literally, Hogwarts Legacy comparison in this case. Just, it's baffling, man. But the reality is, I don't link to anything that I think is dangerous or hazardous or, not general audience approved. At least whenever we're talking about general audience stuff, which you'd think a console comparison would be about, but whatever. I uploaded a video from my PS5 directly that YouTube it never reached my channel. My PS5 said it uploaded, the only channel that I upload to is the only channel that I use, and it didn't make it. And it was like, you know, it was when they had that glitch in Gran Turismo 7 where the cars are just jumping all over the place. So, like, a lot of that content never made it to YouTube. And I thought because it got uploaded, I deleted some of that stuff. But then I checked my channel. Like, somehow I got this inkling to check my channel, and I had to stop deleting everything that I was uploading from the PS5 because I'm not sure if it would even make it to YouTube directly from the PS5. It's like, wow. I don't know what destroyed that video, right? Was it the title, Super Jump? Is that somehow like a weird thing? Is that like an innuendo for something? I'm completely lost, you know, when it comes to that sort of stuff. You know, people come up with new things all the time, you know, when it comes to sexual innuendos. So if Super Jump means something that I'm not aware of, right? Like, you know, does it mean something? Honestly, I have no idea. But, whatever. Some sort of weird thing. Like, the PS5's updated. YouTube's updated. I don't know. But I can't, like, upload even. That's how censored I am. I can't upload content from the PS5 directly to YouTube. Like, why? Like, what can I upload from the PS5 that would be harmful to YouTube? I don't know. But, of course, I was able to upload one of those videos. I had to transfer it, right? And then I had to upload it from my phone. And of course it stuck. Once it was like, oh wow, all of a sudden it just knows that this is not harmful content that is destructive in any way, shape, or form to anyone, right? Well, except for maybe Polyphony Digital, who's like, you know, put this crazy glitch in their game, which of course has been patched. So now you can't like rocket any of your vehicles into the air anymore. When the cars break the sound barrier, you actually hear something that's like a muted sonic boom. Anyway, so when it comes to these console comparisons, even something really simple, you know, it becomes difficult to actually deal with on YouTube. It's so crazy. I don't know what to say about that. Right? Like, the heck, I can't really do too much.